In this video, I'm going to show you how you can really get free money. I know this sounds too good to be true, but you need to hear me out. Coming right up. Hi, this is John Lee. I'm the author of the book Business Hack. If this is the first time you come across me, my channel is all about personal finances, growing businesses, and creating multiple streams of income. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all the new videos I create. So you're thinking, John, is this clickbait? Are you just trying to get me to click on the video? No. I want to tell you, this is something I learned from my very, very wealthy friends. When I say free money, I don't mean like, just getting money for free. I'm talking about the money that you're actually paying out right now for things. There's things you can do where you can actually have that money work hard for you. You've probably heard me say this in another one of my videos. And I said to my friends, how come you're so rich? And because when I'm my friends, I actually feel like I'm not doing so well because they're like super, super wealthy. And they say, well, John, one of the big things that we do is that we make our money work for us. I say, well, what do you mean? He said, well, what's one of the biggest expenses right now? I said, well, I guess it's people's life. It's not the biggest expense in people's life is tax. So if you're watching this, and by the way, when I talk about the strategy, this will only work for the UK. So if you're in UK and you're a UK taxpayer, this is how it works. So in the UK, and by the way, around the world, you'll have similar incentives, but I think in the UK, we have we're very lucky. And I don't know how long this is going to last for, but at the time of recording this video for you, this is currently available. And it may end soon, it may not end. But in the UK, we have something called EIS. EIS stands for Enterprise Investment Scheme. Enterprise Investment Scheme. And what that means is, so all UK taxpayers have to pay tax, like regardless, if you earn, over $500,000, you'll get taxed 40% of that. So let's say, for example, let's bring this up, okay? And, and also the regulations also change from time to time because of, for example, look at COVID, the things that happen with COVID, they bring in new regulations and things, new schemes and things that they pull them. So again, this may not work forever. That's why it's a window of opportunity for you to get into this. So what EIS, so EIS stands for Enterprise Investment Scheme. And what it says is whatever tax that you're paying now, whatever you invest into a enterprise investment scheme. So, well, John, what is an enterprise investment scheme? So it's basically investing into a company to buy shares, right? So you can buy shares in a company, and whatever you invest into those shares can be offset against, a percentage of that can be offset against the next tax bill, right? So let's say, for example, you have £100,000 tax bill. So let's say you're a high income earner and you have a 30,000, let's say you're going to pay 100 grand tax. Well, you can take 30,000 or like 30% of that 100 grand, and you can put that into an investment, right? An investment scheme. And obviously, but there are terms and conditions, like you have to hold it for a certain amount of time. You can't sell your shares for a certain amount of time as well. So it encourages, people in the UK to invest. So the enterprise investment scheme, EIS, means that you can invest in a company. So again, let's say you have, you think, well, John, I don't pay 100 grand tax bill, but whatever it is, if you're paying tax, whatever you invest, you can offset 30% of that off your tax bill, right? Because what happens is you're investing, like let's say you invested in, let's pretend company A, you invested some money into that. You bought some stocks and shares. Let's say that company didn't do well. Well, it doesn't really matter because you would have had to, pay for tax anyway. But let's say the company does do well, guess what? You're in the money. So that's why I think, you must understand all these different tax incentives. For example, another way you can do this is about like if you're developing apps. So I wish I would have knew this, right? Before I created my app. So a lot of you know that I have an app called Wealth Dragons. So if you go to the App Store or Google, you can type in Wealth Dragons, you can download my app. But there are certain places around the world where you can actually get your R&D fund back. So meaning your research and development, you can actually spend some money building your business and then claim a lot of that money back, right? Because it depends where which country that you're doing in. So I'm telling you this because when I'm talking to my friends, they always mention this stuff to me. They was like, oh, did you know about this? Did you know? And this is why it's so important to have a circle of friends who are better than you. Again, I'm not an expert at this stuff. I just have my friends tell me this stuff and say, John, like, you don't have to understand it. You just need to know that it exists. Then I'll put you in touch with the right person and they'll be able to do it for you, right? So and then I don't know all the ins and outs of this. I just know that it's possible. The goal is to have it on your radar, because next time you come to do an investment, you go, you know what? I'll invest in that, but I need to make sure that it's an EIS scheme, right? I need to make sure this company is EIS approved. So when I go into that, guess what? The EIS approved. And that's one of the reasons why we got my company, Wealth Dragons Group PLC, approved, because that's why a lot of my investors, they know about EIS, and now they get a tax incentive to be able to do that. Because, the only time that HMRC will actually give you money back, it's very, very, very rare, right? So you can offset that against the investment. Again, I don't know the ins and outs and details of this. I just know that it's possible. So when I make investments, I always say, is your company EIS approved, right? Yes, okay. Here's my accountant. I put the money through them. They make the necessary arrangements. They draw up the paperwork and it's done, right? So it's just like, you don't have to know how a car engine and pistons and how they're all fired off with the, filters and all that kind of stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about when it comes to car engines. I just know that I push a button and it turns the car on. That's it, right? And I drive it. So you just need to get this stuff on your radar, like what's possible. So if you're like doing an app right now, you can actually claim a lot of that money back, right? If you want to invest in stocks and shares into a company, you can do EIS, right? There's a lot of people doing things like investing overseas, so for example, a lot of my friends out in Asia, they invest a certain amount of money into the UK just so they can have a visa or a permanent residence to be able to come here and stay in the UK for as long as they want. So there's lots of different things like that that's available, but you want to go out and just do some research on this stuff, right? Just bring it on, to the forefront of your mind. So next time you're doing something, then you can make it a better informed decision to be able to do it, right? So I just thought, I was shocked because when I found this out, and then I started telling my friends about it. I go, did you know this thing, like in the UK, you can invest in a company, you can claim offset 30% against your tax bill? No, I never knew that. Well, it's called EIS. So maybe you want to do some research on this and you want to do it for yourself. Again, I don't know how long it's going to last for. They'll always change the rules. Those are always things that come and go. But right now, I think it's, for those of you who are thinking of putting your money into somewhere, EIS is a great way to be able to do that and to make your money sweat for you. So if you like this video and you'd like to know more tips when I learn from my very wealthy friends that I will share with you, then just make sure you hit the like button right now, because it'll help YouTube show the algorithms and it'll make it show more of my videos to you. And also, if you click the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all my new videos. And also leave a comment below if you know of any other schemes around the world that are similar to this, where there's good tax incentives. Just leave a comment below. I would love to learn more from you guys as well, because I'm always learning. So, and by the way, if you would love to, I'm actually running a live masterclass. If you love to learn more about starting businesses and creating an income on the side and doing a side hustle, I'm running a free masterclass. If you want to register, it's completely free. I'll put a link in the video. Just go to johnleewebinar.com and you can register there. I'll also link a video here and here, and I'll put a subscribe button over here as well. And this is John Lee, the author of Business Hack. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.